It's like we don't have time for this right now. So it's horrible.
Yeah, because he was gonna like, well, I guess I'll finish. I'll just bury myself in work to get over this, and he's like, nah, I can't fucking do this.
No, no, not when something like that happens.
Hmm.
But anyway, Twin
Yeah,
Peaks.
Chris Cornell killed himself too. So
Yeah, Chris Cornell killed
Yeah, it
himself.
was.
Roger Moore died.
Oh, Roger Moore died.
yeah,
He's my James Bond guy. I remember the most.
Huh.
He made my favorite good bad James Bond movie,
all
Moonraker.
his Bond movies were good bad movies.
Yeah,
I,
Moonraker up there.
I don't think I've seen him in movies since Boat Trip, so it's been a
Well,
while.
he was almost 90 years old. So
Oh, I know.
He's 89.
What'd he die of?
cancer.
Cancer.
Okay. I hadn't heard that yet, so I wasn't. But at the same
Now,
time,
one of the Allman brothers died today.
Yeah.
Greg Allman died. That's yeah. Yeah, the thing with the Chris Cornell is like that when I heard that I was like, what the fuck is a lot of podcasts and he didn't. I just didn't see that coming.
I don't think we're gonna hear that song "Pretty Noose" for a long time. So.
No, probably not.
No, but supposedly like he took too much fucking like anti-anxiety medication, which made him suicidal or some bullshit. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's always the downside of that stuff. Is the thing you're trying to cure is the thing that ends up intensifying.
If you're a fucking rock star and you're worth millions of dollars and you're doing shit that you love, what is your anxiety?
His anxiety supposedly was that he was getting over drugs and alcohol, and he was trying to stay clean, so he had anxiety
Oh,
from that.
yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Have you guys seen the Maria Bamford's new comedy special
No, I haven't.
on Netflix?
No, I
It's
haven't.
called Old Baby.
No. I watched Norm Macdonald's new comedy special either.
That one's all right. You guys are probably be more receptive to Norm Macdonald's one, but man, like that one she does, it's fucking great. Like I've never seen a comedy like show presented quite like that. Because there's one she did before where she just performed in front of her parents in like her living room,
Oh,
Okay.
and it was like mostly awkward. Because sometimes with comedy shows, it's nice to have an audience that's laughing, and like
Right.
not to inform you on what's funny, but it's just like, it's not it's less awkward. It's like, oh yeah, they think it's funny too.
Shared experience, yeah.
Yeah. So it starts out like the similar thing. She's performing for like one guy in like his living room, and then it kind of cuts away. And then she's like at a bus stop performing in front of like five people, and it just like it's the same routine, like just not like the same routines, but it's like just one routine, and like she performs it in like eight different places, and then eventually she's at like a small comedy club, and then like the last 15 minutes she's at a big comedy club, and there's like these little interstitials where she's like trying to sell merch to people, and it's like just fucking great. Like it's a really inventive comedy show. I've never seen something like that. It's fucking great, and I just love everything she does. So
Maria Bamford. Okay, I'll check
yeah,
that out. I've heard of her, but
I mean stuff she does about mental illness is like so like refreshing is not exactly the great term, but like you just feel like when she says like some crazy shit that she has to deal with and she makes it funny, it just makes it you feel for her and like know exactly what she's talking about and just like a in just one breath, and it's like I fucking it's amazing.
Did anybody else ever watch the Mike Birbiglia one that came out like a couple months ago?
Yeah, that one's really funny.
Yeah.
What's that one called? Something about talking to God or some shit like that. I can't remember.
Uh,
He finally says fuck a bunch of times. Like there's a whole routine about how like I usually don't swear in my routine. And then he just says like fuck like 80 times in a row.
the guy the sleepwalk with me guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He also did it's on Netflix now. It's called Don't Never Think Twice,
Oh, okay.
which is pretty good. It's like about improv and improv group, and then like somebody gets selected for basically their version of SNL.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that. I just haven't watched it.
It's pretty good. Like some people like espouse and say like I think 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like it's not that fucking good, but it's still really good. Because
Well,
like
it's written by him, isn't it? At least.
yeah, he wrote it. And Ira Glass produced it, so it gets that boost.
Ah, the old This American Life boost.
Yep.
This American Life juice.
And then also on HBO, Chris Gethard has Has a one-man show comedy routine, mental health and suicide as well. It's okay. It's pretty decent.
That's on HBO.
That's on HBO. It's called Career Suicide.
Oh, okay, like those double word meanings. Yeah, I really haven't been consuming a lot of media the last couple of weeks. I've been out in the garage a lot. I reformatted my garage for summer model painting, so
Okay.
I've been listening to things, and still listen to Seven Eves. Not completely yet.
Okay.
I'm getting closer. I got to take a break sometime.
It's a long book.
It is. Oh, it's like 32 hours or something. So, or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And then I had to go in and manually recover my lost time when it jumped on me.
Yeah.
I still had to. Oh, I sent an email about that, and they just had me re-download it
Huh.
because they said, "Oh yeah, what you're talking about doesn't sound unreasonable to us. So just delete it, and we'll send you a thing and just re-download it." And it remembered exactly where I left off.
Yeah.
My phone did. I was like, "Oh, okay, this is cool," and no jump happened. So
You can also you can place your own bookmarks too, so it'll pick up where you left off. Cause like I have a weird thing, cause like Dad's on my account too, so sometimes if we're listening to the same book, it's like you're a lot further along in the book, and according to the cloud save or whatever, it's like no, don't jump there. It's like I'm here where I am.
yeah, I've been. What did I listen to recently when I was painting? Because I was doing something that was really involved. I won't bring it over. It's not done yet, but I'm still working on the Nutcracker. So.
Oh, okay.
The Nutcracker, like a literal Nutcracker.
No,
No,
it's like a
like
weird
Grieger.
sci-fi
Okay.
German.
I was like, I
It's
thought
Japanese
Okay,
Japanese Germanism.
fair enough. Like,
My wife went down to the model store with me, and she's like, "I found more of the models. Like, you want to get one?" I was like, "Those are $174 a piece." She's like, "Oh," because she had like 2 boxes. I said, "Yeah. Don't wait till I'm done with this one." I said, "Those are horribly, horribly expensive."
how big are they if they're $174?
They're pretty much standard model size. It's just
No, I was just asking because comparative to like the models I get, like
Hold
I'm
a
spending $160 on a box, but it comes with very
Hold on,
a
what-
lot of models.
Well, it's like a special.
They're all special. Like,
Well, it's like also like
like,
these aren't like currently being made, right? These are like old ones.
no. These are current ones.
Oh, these are current in production.
The old ones are made by Nitto and Wave. Those are really expensive. Those are eBay only. These are made by Hasegawa. So this is about the size you're dealing with. This is $100.
yeah, okay,
This one. So this
Yeah,
is
it's
about the
pretty-
size you're dealing with.
pretty good size for that money.
Yeah. And they've got a lot of detail and a lot of little witchy pieces to put. They're cool, but this is just the first.
Yeah, I don't know
done.
if you could find anything like that around here in a shop.
No, probably not. I think I have the biggest model shop in Michigan, a mile and a half from my house. So
Because I know there's
I
like
asked him about these, and he said, "Yeah, I can get some of those in," but he says I'm not going to stock the shelves with them because you're the first person to ask me about.
Well, yeah, there's like 3 hobby shops in my general vicinity. One of them is kind of more railroad and like car, like military models, and like balsa wood stuff. And
Yeah.
then the other one I go to is more like wargaming and board games and stuff like that. And then the other one's kind of just like arts and crafts / like some board games and some models and some shit. So there's not really like I wouldn't say there's like a just pure like, hey, you can get like anything from wargaming to like really weird Japanese models here. Or,
Yeah, this place is pretty much all models, and then they have a really massive, comprehensive selection of any kind of paints or any effect paints you might want. Because I was like, "Do you have the dark brown rust from Vallejo?" I said, "Not the regular one, the dark brown." "Oh yeah, we got that." Just real. They have all the Tamiya stuff. They have all the Vallejo stuff. They have all the. I mean, they have stuff here where you can fabricate your own model. It's just, what do you want? Like they have stickers of any kind you wanted. They can order them.
Oh, decals and stuff for you.
They can make them. Yeah, they can make decals, and those are about $20 a sheet though. So you got to really have a lot of ideas to make it worth your time. But yeah, it's a cool place. It's a really small shop, but
I
it's
wish, yeah,
packed in there.
I wish the decal thing happened at my shop because it'd be nice for transfer sheets for vehicles and arm pads for armies and stuff like that. For my, they give you some of the model boxes I get, but they're just standard crap like numbers and stuff I don't want. I want like insignias for the army and all this
I
other
thought
stuff
they
that
had
comes
a
with
kit
it.
where you could do that on your laser printer now.
Maybe, but I don't have a laser printer, so it wouldn't be.
Well, I mean, or any kind of printer,
Oh.
printer. You know?
I don't know. I guess I could look into it, but at the same time, like it would be nice to do that because I cannot, or at least as far as practice wise, I'm not really good at small detail like hand drawing,
Yeah.
painting. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of hand drawn designs and stuff. So
I like to do a lot. That's why I like to work on bigger models because I don't do a lot of the. I've gotten real good at painting because I didn't bring my little figures in because I just when Conlon called me, I was out in the garage varnishing them, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, it's 12:30. I lost track. Um, but yeah, I'm doing things like artificial chipping. Um,
yeah,
I got some 4,000 grit sandpaper because I put the decals on last night with that acid stuff that really sucks them in, and
oh,
the decals will take all the details of anything behind it, like little screw holes or little seams in the armor or whatever. And then I took 4,000 grit sandpaper, and uh, if you go over it really fast but lightly, it makes it look like like a decal was painted on, and then the paint got rubbed and smeared from some kind of damage or impact or whatever. So
so do you
that's
do you use hairspray to get your like weathering effect? When you
I don't use the hairspray chipping. I haven't used it yet. I was thinking about using it because that's where you use the water-based hairspray.
yeah, then you just paint over it, then you kind of just rub
Paint
it
over
with
it,
a
and then you
cloth and kind of make
chip
it
it
look
off.
weathered.
Yeah,
It dries more than you're fine. It's just I mean I haven't done any of that because I don't have an airbrush because that's more of an airbrush kind of thing.
yeah,
But at the same time, like I've done more weathering as in like I use like the dry brushing technique is to kind of like make it look chipped or rusted or stuff like that where it doesn't apply it over the whole area. It just kind of highlights and catches raised parts and more.
yeah. I'm doing a lot more of that now. That's why like a model can take me, with the spare time I have, because I'll throw 8 hours at it if I have 8 solid hours. But when my lawnmower breaks down and all the other bullshit happens,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could paint for 8 solid hours, but I also paint really tiny shit. So that's probably why my eyes get really strained after like a couple hours.
no, I did. I do a lot of. I use the fuck out of my airbrush. I airbrush a lot of stuff because I have the different cones I can put on it where I can, like, I can make my own camouflage, or I can cheat and use the putty, which works. It looks really cool. So you don't have to.
What brand is your airbrush? Is it
It's a Posh
Okay.
or Pash or however they say it.
So I know there's like a really good Japanese one, and there's also a really good American one. I think it's like
Yeah, there's Iowata,
yeah, that's what it was.
and
Wasn't it-
Pash I think is the American one. And problem with Iowata is the availability of parts. Like you can get one, and they're good airbrushes, but they don't have a lot of parts. And I use a pretty simple gravity fed single piston airbrush. I don't have the one where you draw it back or forward and press up and down to increase decrease flow or
Oh, yeah, that
things.
was giving me my other question. Like, do you have the like? Do you
I have
like,
the basic
variable
one.
setting. Okay.
I have the basic one where I change the nozzles. I didn't get it. I did when I bought it. I didn't know how deep I was gonna go. Now that I've been doing this for like 2 years, I'm perfectly content with what I work with. I mean, yeah, there's some cool effects out there with those other airbrushes, but it's like I'm really happy with what I'm doing, and so I'm not gonna. Again, I'm loath to spend money. I will spend money to be entertained, but I'm not gonna go like just get into a hobby and go $5,000 deep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the other thing. Like, I don't think I have an area I can airbrush in because I just don't have set up or the room right now for it. And
Yeah, it takes. I mean, it's my
We got
garage.
that garage.
I move my car in and out of the garage and move my stuff around, and because like during the week when I'm working, I just throw a tarp over them because Dad got me that cool workbench thing. That's I paint on an old toolbox, but the workbench is where I do a lot of my work. And when I'm done for the week, I just throw a tarp over it, move the car and the lawnmower back in there, and so it's kind of a modular space for me. I don't have a dedicated space.
Yeah, it's.
'Cause I used to do it in my room here, but now we got new carpet and new paint. I don't want to be like building models and crapping up everything.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, I just build models and hand paint in my kitchen, but I don't have like a dedicated room where I could probably airbrush and have a good ventilation source and all this other shit. So
Yeah, ventilation source for an airbrush you can set up with. You can use a kit for your dryer and a fan that you use to cool a computer. That's about all you need. You're not shooting like, well, I mean, I work with acrylics too.
well, I know you're not shooting like a ton of paint, but it's still aerosol paint.
Yeah.
I don't want to get all that paint over everything because
No,
I spray paint stuff in my mudroom, and I thought I was like, oh, I'm good. I open the window. I don't spray a ton, but over the years, like my walls and carpet just look like shit. So,
yeah, it's not good to do indoors.
yeah, but I don't know. It's not always, especially during wintertime, rains. It's pretty much like 5/10 out of the year, like half of the year. You can't go outside to spray paint. So
Yeah. I just use your garage and get a kerosene heater. That's what I did.
yeah, I need to work on my garage more because now my garage door doesn't close all the way all the time. So
Did you ever install that lighting kit in the Yamato?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think we've seen it yet.
Oh, I thought I showed it to you, that one. Okay, I can show it to you. It's not in my room right now.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
but I will show it to you eventually. It looks pretty cool. It's got to be really dark though.
Yeah.
Not a super intense bulb, but yeah, it does work cool. So I just got the one where it lit up the bridge. That's
Yeah.
all I care about.
No, I see a lot of people do that kind of stuff with models where they get like the lighting kits and strips and they make it look like all lit up and active, and it's really cool. But I don't have the need for that because none of my models are like that.
Yeah, you can't really put a lighting kit in your models.
I could put a lighting kit in one of my tanks. Come
Yeah,
on.
the tanks, yeah.
Yeah, I got tanks and some small airplane vehicles.
But then you couldn't put the guys in the tanks.
There's not really.
Not rules about that stuff?
Not really.
Okay.
There's tank commanders you can appoint to give them special rules, but there's no like you don't really see. There's a lot more of the open top vehicles like the Dark Elves, like the Dune Raider like vehicle that like hovers. It looks like Jabba's floating palace. Like that kind of has like guys on top of it, but like a tank from like the Imperial forces, like humans. Like doesn't really have any humans in it, like at
Okay.
all. Just all the hatches are closed and the guns are pointing in different directions.
Just games I've seen where it's like you have the APC and there's like guys inside. And
Oh yeah.
there's like rules for whatever.
I mean, if I really wanted to, like, I could go all out probably and, like, buy a transport and then buy a pack of guys and then just, like, totally hack the shit out of the model so it's open top. You can see all the guys, like, standing up in different positions probably or sitting down. And I could probably do that, but, yeah, I don't want to take the time to do that. So, sorry.
Model talk.
Model talk. Model time. American Greed Factory, the podcast of modeling.
We're talking about things that are only visually stimulating. It's like you have to